Welcome to Psychology Refresh. Today we're going to go over the 8 things only a highly sensitive person will understand. Make sure to watch each one of them to see how many you will relate to. About 25% of adults are HSPs, or highly sensitive people, so either you know one or you are one yourself. Being highly sensitive isn't just being easily offended or being too emotional over a lot of things. A highly sensitive person experiences the surroundings quite differently than the rest of people. When you are highly sensitive, your nervous system processes all stimulation deeply, from images to sounds to textures. The downside is you can get easily overwhelmed. Rather than everyone's one alarm clock going off at once, imagine 100 of them going off simultaneously and buzzing to your ear. When it comes to the personality type, even extroverts can also be highly sensitive. But it's the introverts who usually are highly sensitive people. Find out if any of these things are related to you, because you can be a highly sensitive person. Here are 8 things only a highly sensitive person will understand. Number 1. You can't stand loud noises. When there are enormous groups and a lot of bustles, HSPs are quickly overwhelmed. While many people enjoy going to concerts, festivals, clubs, and parties, a very sensitive person might find it impossible to enjoy themselves someplace that is too loud for them, making them appear as a stick in the mud to everyone else. It may look like they've checked out or aren't listening, but really they're simply overwhelmed with sensory input. Their minds are processing every little thing deeply. From the words people say to the expression on that couple's face 6 tables away. Loud noises can feel like a full-on attack on a highly sensitive person's sense. When they have no way of controlling the volume and other people don't seem to be disturbed by the loud noise, they start to feel strange or difficult. Number 2. You overanalyze everything. HSPs are the type of people who notice the small details that others overlook, especially in social circumstances. They excel in reading nonverbal signs and analyzing the body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice of others. As a result, they're more likely to overthink things and make a big deal out of something that may or may not be that important, because they chop every idea into tiny details. While this may appear to be beneficial, it might be inconvenient for them at times. For example, a simple gesture made to them may stay with them throughout the day, since they have a tendency to interpret it in several ways. Number 3. You have problems with saying no. Because HSPs are more emotionally aware than the general population, they may easily detect when others are unhappy or disturbed about something. As a result, people frequently say yes to a lot of things they don't want to do in order to satisfy those around them and avoid disappointing them. They tend to be very delicate, inventing understatements or justifications that should sound very plausible if they wish to respond to any inquiries. They want to avoid drama at any cost, and because they are often unable to communicate the truth, this can lead to them compromising themselves. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. You often feel undervalued. Highly sensitive people provide a diverse set of skills to the workplace that benefit everyone. They listen carefully, prioritize the needs of team members, pay close attention to details, and do jobs meticulously to ensure that things are completed correctly. They're also generally nice and warm-hearted, and they're simple to get along with at work. Every one of these abilities helps teams achieve their objectives. However, supervisors aren't always aware of this. They frequently employ and promote people based purely on results and numbers, not on their social skills. When it comes to performance appraisals, they may not take into account your team-oriented attitude. And because deadlines and time pressure can cause serious distress to a highly sensitive person, they are often being underrated in school and work environments. Number 5. You are easily triggered by a violence and beauty. Do you become uncomfortable when you watch gruesome movies and are concerned when you hear news stories about horrific crimes? Highly sensitive people have very strong reactions to violence and cruelty, which is why watching or hearing anything too violent can be quite upsetting for them. Highly sensitive people despise all forms of physical violence, even if they don't know it's a fiction in the movie. Their sensitivity also works in the other way. They are very thoughtful when it comes to art and beauty. Tears may very well show up in your eyes when you gaze at a work of art or listen to a piece of music. People may inquire about the reason for their emotion and tears, but they frequently opt to not disclose their sentiments. Number 6. You are not socializing like the most people do. Sharing difficulties and learning new things can be accomplished through social networking with friends and groups. Sharing your difficulties with others can help you clear your head. The majority of people enjoy coming to a party or hanging out with a group of friends. However, extremely sensitive persons are less interested in socializing than the average person. They dislike sitting in groups and cracking jokes. This tendency limits their opportunities to socialize with decent people and isolates them. They tend to keep few but really close friends instead of hanging out with a huge number of acquaintances. Highly sensitive people can't stand being around other people for lengthy periods of time. They require more time to rest and recover from all the mental and emotional energy they expend because they process things at such a deeper level. Number 7. You are not a fan of changes. Highly sensitive people get nervous when they eat somewhere new or do something they've never done before, since they've spent so much time getting used to their typical routine that abruptly changing things up feels uncomfortable. A sudden change can be very difficult for a lot of people. However, if you are a very sensitive person, even making beneficial changes can be extremely tough and stressful. People close to HSPs may be perplexed as to why they are so stressed out, especially while you are celebrating a promotion or a new accomplishment. But because feeling pleasure and enjoyment at a high level can be overstimulating, as highly sensitive people, they just need more time than other people to acclimatize to positive or unpleasant things. Number 8. You often feel emotionally exhausted. Highly sensitive people are very empathetic, and seeing their family or friends in a sad mood makes them feel really sad, even if you are in a good mood. If their close ones are upset about their own problems, HSPs can see it as their own and adjust their mood and emotions accordingly. Highly sensitive folks don't just sense what others are experiencing, they truly feel it. If you're an HSP, you absorb and feel other people's feelings, and you have to carry the weight of their emotions on top of your own, which can lead to emotional tiredness. This excessive empathy, while it may appear to be a blessing, can be draining for extremely sensitive people who will eventually bottle up the feelings they've absorbed from others. This is exactly the feeling that only a highly sensitive person will understand. These videos will be really helpful for you.